try to wear no jewelry just because of the humbleness of what they had to go through. Because around that time too, a lot of people talk about hand-me-downs. I had to do hand-me-ups. Once my mom knows I'm not wearing something, she comes from a very humble thing that she sent the clothes back to Africa. To a point when I saw my brother came back, when he finally came, I saw something like I just had like 2 years ago. And the whole reason why, the year I was born, the Civil War just popped up.
Welcome to the Just a Decision podcast, where we speak to our guests about the decisions they made in life, the good, the bad, the regrets, the decisions they're currently making, and the decisions they're gonna make for the future. Subscribe, like, comment on the video, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. And remember, we're available on all streaming platforms. Welcome to the Just a Decision podcast, where we speak to our guests about the decisions they made in life, the good, the bad, the regrets. Today, I have the honor of introducing Moyah Dabla.
Hey.
What's going on, bro?
Another day, another dollar.
Yeah, I appreciate Moyah reaching out. He wanted to give me my kudos for starting the podcast, and you know my return is, you want to be on? So I'm glad you took the time out of being on the podcast.
I appreciate that.
So cool. We start the conversation with two questions.
Okay.
The first one is, what's your favorite dish and from where?
Ooh. So I'm gonna take it in two cents.
Okay.
So non-Liberian. I am an Italian person, just growing up in the South Bronx. Even though I was born in Harlem, but growing up in the South Bronx, I used to like always sneak off to Little Italy. So I am a pizza head. I always say that New York pizza is the best. Secondary Jersey. I get a lot of flack from my colleagues in work who are from Chicago about the deep dish. Right? East Coast pizza is the best.
Yeah, I think you could only get that like Uno's Grill or something like that.
Exactly. Or I think Pizza Hut.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't been there in years.
Yeah. I don't know if it's still around.
There's one in Woodbury.
Oh, there is?
Yeah,
Okay.
by that dispensary. I think they were smart placing that dispensary in that area.
This is definitely smart.
Second question is, someone gives you a blank check. Whatever number you write on it, it's going to cash in your checkings, not your savings. What would be one of the first things you spend all that money on?
Ooh, actually, the family and the crew. And when I mean the crew is the college crew. You know them.
Oh, man. I can't wait to get into that.
Yeah, I'll definitely break each one of them off.
Okay.
That's one of like my, not trying to put it out there, one of my big goals. If I ever hit it big, try to break some of them off. As you know, we lost one of our good friend last year. So yeah, that's just always been my thought process. And a lot of my life journey recently have been through been cut down, and they always tap in. So that's why I take a lot of things I don't take for granted.
Yeah. Most guests are unselfish when it comes to this big check. But being selfish, what was something you would get for yourself?
Oh man, I ain't gonna lie. I'll wild out. I'll like travel.
Okay.
There's places that I will always want to see.
What's the first place?
Barcelona, Spain. Amsterdam. I'll definitely go back to the motherland. I haven't been yet. There's talks with the siblings now.
Okay.
For us to do that. So that's what we're trying to figure out now.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So what was little Moyah like?
Yo, so the same way I am now, that's how I am back then. Because I didn't know no better, I was hard-headed, but like fun, loving, naive. I'm still have some naive spirits in me now. Even though as mature I give advice to younger cat. I still have naive motive, good-hearted, full with energy. My needs are not the same to be doing the cat daddy and stuff like that, but always the dancer, always annoying, just a fun-loving person. My life choices younger had got me into some situation that I kind of get it now, and I'm like, can't wait till if I'm blessed to have kids. Like, I see where my parents coming from because I lived in a crazy era. Some people don't realize I did grow up in the hood,
Mhm.
even though I've been living in Mount Holly forever in South Jersey. So when I got to college, cause like, yo, you from Burlington County? Yeah, but I lived somewhere else before that.
Mhm.
And I did a 360 how my mental and how I approached stuff was different. I didn't take like those trauma, what I dealt with there, into when I came to Jersey.
Mhm.
And I think it kind of benefited me too when I got to college too.
Okay. Earlier you said you was born in New York. Do
Yes.
you remember like the memories of
Oh,
being?
great. I'm one of those type of like I got like photographic memory. I remember like a lot of scenarios, everything. Like it's how I move now and how like I am. Like so from the day I was birthed to age 13,
Mhm.
I lived in the Bronx. Then moved to Newark. Did my 8th grade year there. Then I did my high school years, and currently now I stay in Mount Holly.
Okay.
So in South
Um.
Jersey.
Okay. Your household, like, what was your like household dynamic like?
So it's very unique. Blessed to have two lovely parents who I'm still like keeping tapped in with, still around, still with them because I travel for work, so I don't have like my own spot. Sister, you know her, went to Rowan too. Have three older brothers. They would grew up most of their life in Africa, and then starting like after my 7th grade year, each one of them would start trickling into the country. So my older brother Rich, Shafa, and there, shout out to them. Um, each like had a different impact in my life in a positive way, never in the negative. We are a very like tight knit family.
Mhm.
We are very like I can only speak for myself because how I operate, but we are a very like big, lovely family because we have a lot of relatives here in this country
Mhm.
and back at home. But at the same time, we are a very anti-social, and I don't show that.
Mhm.
But like I'm a type of person like I don't really move unless it's like life or death. I need to like move, and
Mhm.
that's how everybody else in my family operate.
Mhm.
Like we don't really do the big family reunion. We're trying to change that. We don't really go to like big gathering. The rest of our family do it, but we'll be like the immediate core of us. We the last one to pop up somewhere. Like unless like they got to drag me. It's sad. We became those people like we ain't popping up to funerals or weddings.
Mm. Cool. Were your mom and dad born in New York or did they immigrate here?
Now they immigrated here. Both
Okay.
my dad came here at 81
Mhm.
in Harlem. My mom came like around I want to say 85. Both in Liberia. Both met here. Um, they had a funny story how they met. My dad was actually became a auxiliary cop for the NYPD.
Okay.
Trying to like get into his citizenship and all that. He
Mhm.
was about to go into the National Guard. That didn't pan out well. I don't know what happened. Leave it to my dad. He always finds some way to like finesse or mess up something. He's definitely a character. That's why I get a lot of like my characteristics from. My mom is a more like calm, chill. Like if you see her, it's like it's a treat because
Mhm.
she ain't she. It's not like she's antisocial. She just like if she don't need to speak to you, she don't have to. Like that's how the energy she gives. All.
Okay.
But yeah, they met at the CVS from what the story is told. And I ain't gonna go too much because there's two different versions. And I'm going with my mom version because I think that's the truth.
Okay.
And I think if I ever had a comedy career, I'm saving that story because both sides of the story is hilarious.
Cool. So your mom's Liberian too?
Yes.
Oh wow. Always when someone say they immigrated to the States, how did they end up in a city? So like my mom came from Puerto Rico
Mm-hmm.
and they're landed in Perth Amboy, New Jersey. So is there like do you know why they ended up in New
Yeah.
York?
So I can't like now it's like the Wild Wild West
Mm.
because the country is so transit and everything. Everybody,
Mm.
but like back in the '80s, like for us, I want to say really before '91, from my knowledge, because I try my best to be a historian as much when it comes to like my people's culture,
Mhm.
is that New York was like the number one hub.
Mm.
Like you always had to like just come to New York. Um, the community it's still there now. It's Park Hill. That's actually like where Wu Tang and all of them are from.
Okay.
The big Liberian community. It was Harlem, and then it was a small clan of like folks of us um in the Bronx.
Mm.
And the next group of people was like probably in DC, in the DC area. So I can't even think of the place, but it's in Montgomery County.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't think of the spot. But the thought process for like most people, and that's why like I was shocked when I went to Atlanta, trying to figure out why there was a lot of Mexicans there. It's basically where the embassies are at. If there's an embassy there, it's easier because that's how you get to the paperwork. It's
Gotcha.
easy to get stuff fast. My dad's situation was kind of unique. One thing my dad always instilled in me is like always do your research, always learn. He like reached out to Bill Clinton when he was the governor, like just wrote a letter just to try to figure out internships and stuff like that. And obviously Bill Clinton didn't get him here, but like through some like the different work fellowship, we almost could have been in Arkansas, like on some type of stuff further. Like if he had started his journey there, but he went through the normal route and just got to NYC because there's an embassy there in Manhattan. So and then my uncle, one of my favorite uncles, because I try to say they're all my favorite, but my Uncle Ernest is really like in my top 3 because I do have a lot. But he was already here. He'd been here since the 70s. So people just think like, oh, we just started coming here in the 90s. Nah, Cat's been here since like the 70s, the 60s. Our country's very unique. Like in an indirect way, we talk that big talk. We are independent. We've never been conquered. We've never been colonized by any foreign power, but we have some direct ties with the United States. Like on my mom's side, my dad's really more tribal, but on my mom's side, she could trace her ancestors all the way back to South Carolina.
Oh, wow.
Because they left in the 1820s. They didn't really go through the whole Civil War and all that. When the Quakers and the American Colonial Society was trying to come up with the first idea to like, hey, how can we send slaves back to Africa for all the wrongdoing we did for kidnapping them? They came with that idea, and that's kind of how the foundation of Liberia happened.
Wow.
That's why our flag is kind of similar. That's how like some of our principal cabinet. That's why our language is my national language is English, but American English. We don't go with the UK system. So that's why we have a like certain type of pride that some people believe that we feel like we're the 51st state or the 52nd because we try not to overstep Puerto Rico sometimes.
That's pretty cool to that your I guess parents instilled knowing the history of where you are.
Like, you got to know where you come from. Like the same way, like even like cats always joke about me with bad gang histories and stuff like that. Like you got to know why you're going to a certain person's neighborhood or something like that, and knowing like tap in like why did that situation happen, or even when you come to a school like the culture. Like we're both in Greek life, like. Even though my path took longer, but I have tied with like the cats on the yard, and everything, and like relationship I have with other people in general who are in Greek life and stuff like that. But I have to know that history. So if I have somebody I'm mentoring who's trying to join the org or something like that, which I know we're gonna dive into more of that later. They got to know some type of history. So because at homecoming, they see the bigger picture. It's the same way why cats go to a HBCU and they get excited to see like that culture, like why somebody who's like 50 and older still want to come to a homecoming and stuff like that. A lot of us missing that. They say, yo, I did my 4 years. They got my money. I ain't never coming back to that school. But when they come see it, like you already know, like our homecoming is like
it's wild.
It's
I
wild.
missed last year's, but I heard that was one of the most wildest ones ever.
They was like, yo, we had an HBCU, but it's not like, yo, we trying to like, it's for the party point. It's like, life is too short, man. Like I tell people life is too short. Like the way we like lost a couple of our close friends like Sammy J, Flea, Malcolm, like other folks, like I want to just come back and just say, yo, I'm glad you doing good. I'm like when they talk about like the cats on the yard now, when they talk about they party, we party. We party too. And that's like not our claim to fame. It's about like we could like wild out and be stupid for this time frame, and then once we like got those degrees, we know how to code switch to being adults. Because now we got kids we got to think about. We got our family, parents, a community we got to deal with. Like when I look at my career friends, like everybody don't work in the same career field.
Yeah.
Like I got lawyers, doctors, cops, probation officers, content creators, like actors, like
Yeah.
somebody's about to start up a tech company. Like it's just insane. And then me, the field I never thought I would be in. Like I joked around with my uncle, like say like, yeah, I work in politics, but like, yo, I'm working in politics.
That's cool.
And then cat say, yo, boy, you should run. I'm like, my background's kind of a little shaky, but I get it though. I appreciate the honor. And when I mean my background that's shaky, I just like, I party too much. Like, I know I like in a debate, if somebody had called me out on some BS, like, what you was doing with that red cup? I would like, I have a short temper, so I know I would lose my cool.
Yeah.
Like, who you talking to? Like, and then like nobody's gonna vote for me after that.
That's funny. Make sure you know your history.
Yeah.
So the elementary school, like, did you do elementary school in New York?
Yeah. So
what was that like?
So this is my real naive era.
Okay.
Like, so
what grade you thinking? Because I got left back in the first grade.
So here's the funny part. To this day, because some of my cats like use the funny joke, like, "Oh, Africans be lying about their ages." I am actually 35.
Okay.
Like, I'm gonna put that out there. So I think my parents put me in a great early development program that they accidentally pushed me up a grade. And not say I'm a genius, but I'm honored because like I catch on quick. So when I got to because I did pre-K and everything in that early development program in the Bronx. They just did that because they was like, one thing about my parents that they always instilled, like hard worker, they were doing like 3-4 jobs. Like back in the day, my mom was like a nurse. No, before she became a nurse, officially become a nurse, she was working at White Castle. Then she was working for the cafeteria food service. Then I forgot, she had like another restaurant job just to make that means. Then my dad, patient transporter, cop. Then he would have another like security job. So they rotation of hours, like they never had like sleep, which was, I didn't know how they pull that off.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know how to pull that out. So when people say why am I early, like why I could wake up so early, like at 4 or 5, it was because of them, because they had to get me up at 4 to 5 o'clock just to get me to the babysitter before they could get me to the early development program. But like, so I had to be there by 6 o'clock. Miss Linda, shout out to her. I don't know if she's still alive. That's always been like a thing if I ever go back to New York just to like see if she is, because she was the only person that was crazy enough to like, my dad's good at convincing people to like do certain things. He do it now. Like, and I'd just be shocked. Like I'm saying, like, he should have ran for office. But yeah, I was shocked that she would like be up at like 6 a.m. to take me in, and then they'll start their day. But elementary school was interesting because first grade was cool. To this day, I tell people like I'm big on like I procrastinate a lot on stuff. Like just my thought, like just how you sent me the thing like last week, and if you didn't give me another reminder, like I was gonna forget to fill out the form. So guys, please do not procrastinate. Like just get it out the way. But I am very bad at that. It's something I to this age I still need to work on. But but here's the crazy part. I like to procrastinate because I like that pressure that I could get it done in like in a last minute tip.
Yeah.
Then second grade and third grade, when I watch a lot of document about how cats join certain crews and get into like the crazy stuff, and then I don't listen to my dad about like, yo, when I drop you here at this corner, take his. Can we curse?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. I was making sure. I didn't know what type of platform.
Yeah.
Take your ass to that building. I never listen. I don't play ball. I don't really play a lot of sports. I made my attempts in high school and stuff like that. But I'm always a people person that I try to like be friendly with everybody and don't know the good and bad of folk. But I would tell a story. Second grade, my my dad's a good person that he would talk to the security guards and at the school and everything. And at this time, not gonna say what the particular gang was at, but we could just because stuff had changed now, so I don't know what the street politics is out there.
A
But
particular group of people.
yes, but they were definitely recruiting at a crazy age. Like when I think about like recruiting people from second to third grade, it's like nasty work.
Wow.
But like when I think about it, it's like I get it because it's not really recruiting. It's like if that's all they see around them in that type of environment.
Yeah, it's regular.
Like 90s, like I gotta remember, like by the time I got to elementary school, when I watch documentary now, and when people say, "Oh, that was crazy," I said, "Nah, I kind of lived through that." I'm just blessed I had two great parents that I was in the household, but
that bag of chips wasn't just a bag of chips.
Yes. But I lived at the end of what I could call like the real crack era, like in like New York. I said 95 to 98. I think it started in 83 from all the documentary I be watching, but just being outside to see it, like I lived at the end of that era. Lucky none of us was ever on drugs, none of we was street. We was just like antisocial, like the politics. But like at the playground's right next to the school, get back on that, because I do this thing, I ramble. So bring me back, reel me back in, reel me back in. Yeah, reel me back in. But we at the playground, trying to start meeting people, trying to hang out with my fellow classmate. These two cats, I ain't gonna say the name because that's the one thing I do forgot. Don't remember their names like that because that was like a traumatizing experience. Have a good time. But I do remember an older dude, if I could like think of the age now, looked like he was 18. Looked like he was 18, hanging around second graders.
Wow.
That's nasty work to me. Like that's how I look at that. But I remember we all having the fun. We just playing horse, like just trying to shoot the ball in the basketball ring and all that. And then I saw him give the dude the look, the young boy the look, and they just straight up jumped me.
Wow.
Straight up jumped me, caught my whipping like that, and that was their way of getting into the situation. And I saw them later at cafeteria, hit one of them with the tray. Got into it. The security dude, cause he lived in that project, he told me, whatever you do every day, you just need to get home because they out for you.
So wait, how old were these kids and how old were you?
Oh, so this second grade. So we're talking about like
So 18-year-olds were beating up toddlers.
No. The toddler he told them for them to get in, they had to beat up a random. I was a random.
Oh, and how old were the guys that beat you up? They were same age?
No, same age.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so that's why I said it was kind of crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I said it was kind of crazy. Like that's how like young y'all was recruiting. So that's like one of my trauma experience I had when I was like really young.
Yeah.
So and it's crazy because like after that year, I had to leave school. I left school, like I moved from school a lot because as a lot of people know, I have a little bit of a speech impediment. It's not too bad, but I had like more of an accent, and then my front grill was really jammed. It's still jammed up now, but like when I was younger, my teeth went up into my nose.
Oh, wow.
Cause I was, like I saw, I was super active kid. I didn't get this all fixed, like real attempts on this to like, I want to say like to high school. So I was dealing with this for a while.
Okay.
So, but I moved a lot because of how the inside of my mouth was looking, because it was really jammed up. So I was like fighting all the time. But the school will always tell my parents it was never really because of me. It's just that I just never knew how to walk away from stuff. So I try to do that more now, like try to like combat it back with jokes or just, or they'll see with my temper, like back off now. Like I'm not the skinny, like 50-pound little Moyah no more.
Yeah.
Cause and you gotta remember, I lived in South Bronx around a whole bunch of Puerto Rican Dominicans, so they could never get my name right. They'll call me Little Goya after the Goya beans. So like that was always my nickname around there. I was like, so it was interesting. It was interesting growing up.
Where were your other siblings at during this time?
In Africa.
Oh,
so
okay.
that was another crazy part with stress. So I never understood wealth and all of that. But one thing I do give a shout out to my parents at. We always had a full uh like 3-course meal. We was always taken care of. Never had to fly gear. That's why I'm very a simple person. Like you can never see me wearing no expensive sneakers, nothing too crazy. I don't try to wear no jewelry just because of the humbleness of what they had to go through. Because around that time too, a lot of people talk about hand-me-downs. I had to do hand-me-ups to my brother Rich. So my mom once my mom knows that I didn't and I'm about to tell you why I have to do hand-me-up. Once my mom knows I'm not wearing something, she comes from a very humble thing that she sent the clothes back to Africa to my cousins and my brother. To a point when I saw my brother came back, when he finally came, I saw something like I just had like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And the whole reason why, the year I was born, the Civil War just popped out. So, like, in Liberia. So,
okay, what's the Civil War was like? What countries or what towns or?
No, it was just so basically, let me backtrack a little bit more further. If I'm getting my history right, William Tubber is crazy because he's actually my Omega deceased frat brother. He got assassinated by the next president after him, which was President Doe. Their friction was, which is unique for my two parents, is my mom represents the colonial Liberians, the ones like they trace their ancestors. They've been running the country since the foundation of the country. So my dad's side is the more tribal side. Like, unless they got educated, they went to school and all that, they didn't really have a voice in the country. So when Tubber got assassinated, I believe in '79, it was over the rice. They was about to tax on rice. Like, that's like one of the reasons like a lot of like my dad country folks like really left. Cause like it was like really no opportunity, like unless you was with the elite. So I tell my sister all the time, like we like were born in a unique situation that we are getting viewpoints from two different sides, and that's why you say you got to understand, because the country currently now, it just finally got into a good place, but it's still so much like hurt and disbelief of like where it could go, and it could go on higher heights. Like it could be on the status like Ghana and Nigeria, how they're like advancing, but there's still so much corruption still going on. But basically, the Civil War, that Doe got killed, and it just got back and forth, and then the control of diamonds. So like when you watch a movie like Blood Diamond, they talk about us a little bit. The whole people cutting arms, we have a terminology called long sleeve and short sleeve. Because if you get captured, they give you the little what option do you want? You lose your hand regardless, but what option do you want? Cannibalism was a real thing. People eating hard. Like, you had crazy freedom fighter name, like a guy named General Butt Naked. I heard he's a pastor now in Maryland. Don't mean to pull a DJ Vlad snitch on the guy, but he was out here killing a lot of people. But it's just like, it was crazy time. And that's why like my 3 older brothers, their mental is different. Because they witnessed like family, friends, running, ducking, and hiding. So that's like, I thought probably when cats talk about like, oh, you know where you at, you in the hood. I said, man, yeah, you probably in your lifetime probably lost 1 or 2 close ones to some like gun violence. But like I had to watch my mom cry. And then my sister was like kind of blessed that she didn't have to witness this. But like in the height of between 94 to 98, I would watch my mom like struggle me in the snow, get to the Western Union, try to get the last dollar out. Then she don't handle news well. And then she in the background, we hearing gun popping off and like stuff like that. I ain't never see like people like witness that, because maybe because I lived in the suburbs too long now, that I haven't had to deal with that. But like what I had to deal with that when my mom had to witness was a lot for me at a young age. So that's what I take a lot of stuff serious about, like friendship and family, because you never know when it's your last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And time goes by so fast.
Fast.
I can recall myself right now sleeping in like on the floor in someone's crossings apartment right now, and it feels like it was just yesterday. Waking up and then going to your dorm room, like what just happened?
Yes, and I guess if you want to get into that, we can get into that.
Let's get into high school real quick.
Yeah,
Like
high school.
So when you come into Mount Holly and
so here's the crazy part. So you know Kendall.
Yep.
Kendall, Kenlock, Jerron, Brittany. I was there when Brittany was there. I don't know if you know Heather Day.
Yes.
Yes, she was also there. So that was like cats I knew.
Okay.
All different walks of life. So
and this was all in high school. You knew each other.
Yeah,
oh wow.
Yeah.
That's a good mix of people.
Brittany is the only one like we knew of each other. I know I knew of Brittany, but I don't think Brittany knew of me.
Okay.
Because we had this conversation in college.
Yeah. How big was your high school?
Oh, so shout out to RV. I'm very tapped in with my class, class of 07.
What's RV?
Recocas Valley Regional High School. Is a regional high school. It covers five towns: Mahali, Lumberton, East Hampton, West Hampton, and Hainsport.
Okay.
All right. I guess is sports wise is a how you say like 5-star. Like,
I'm not sure.
Okay.
The divisions. Or
yeah,
whatever.
I forgot.
Yeah, whatever it is.
That's bad. Like
okay.
That's bad. I don't know.
You say you wasn't into sports.
Yeah, I wasn't. I try to make my attempt, but I forget about that part. High school threw me off guard because you gotta remember you're talking to a kid that came from the hood and metal detectors, all of that stuff, gangs, cats that want to be in gangs, all of that. Then I do a 360 and come to day one of you feel like you're on the set of Degrassi. That's how fast. And you gotta remember this is 07, so this is like Degrassi for real. Mm-hmm. It's shown like we're talking about Audrey, like as Jimmy, like nobody knew him as Drake yet. Like so, like first day I walk in, only time I ever saw white people, they worked at the DMV because I always follow my dad everywhere you go. As a cop, somebody on TV, never really had a real interaction with our Caucasian counterparts or allies because there's some that's out there that be tripping. But so I walked in and. During all my time, I had to transfer from school to school. I would like never get like a warm welcome. When I got to high school, it felt like, yo, I'm in like a fairyland. Like this girl, Heather, cool people. So like talk to her today. Give me a whole school tour. She's like being a class guy. You know how they have the pros at Rowan? Like we getting that full treatment.
Oh wow.
That full treatment. Like with the freshmen, like just telling us like all the clubs to join, all of that. I was like, clubs? What's that? Like, so all we know was SEA. Like that's all. And I guess Black Union. Like, but like they was talking about all this other stuff. I remember Spanish 1. Once again, I tell you my favorite place I ever wanted to go. Barcelona, and I'm a big Picasso fan. Like every time I used to go to the museum as a school trip in New York, that's like a treat for us. Today, that's just
the Smithsonian.
Yeah, that's a date night now. It's like, but like that's how like naive I was. But I remember in Spanish 1, our teacher, they have the Spanish club, Italian club, and French club that every 2 years. They go overseas.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
In high school?
In high school.
Wow.
Yeah. You gotta just save money.
Okay.
Save money. So I remember she said, like, to the freshmen, like, hey, we're going to Barcelona, Spain. I said, oh, it's lit. This is lit. She said the trip gonna cost $4,000.
Wow.
I said, oh. It's not lit.
Never mind.
It's not lit. So I came home. My dad like, slow. I said, yeah. My mom, she's the type of person like she's gonna tell you no, but she gives you that look like if there's a way that we could do payment plans or other means, let's try to figure this out.
They're gonna make you feel good.
Feel good. She said, well, we could sell candy. I said that's something I knew from like being back from the hood or like in the inner city. So one thing I said was really bad to me because once I still haven't been to Barcelona, and that could have been my Barcelona opportunity at 15. I procrastinated. I was tripping. Didn't sell enough candy. Watched my whole class go without me.
Wow.
They came back, and then I realized the different. There's being rich, wealthy, and just really having money.
Mm-hmm.
And high school showed me that because growing up the whole time, like I told you that, like I said before, up to high school, I said like we never felt poor.
Mm-hmm.
Like, cause one thing about my parents is they bought stuff and they mean.
Yeah.
But they also came from a culture like both my dad and my mom have a village mindset. So even if there's 2 people in the house or 20 people, they're cooking for that many. And you're just gonna have hella leftovers. So every day was like Thanksgiving, the mindset. So, and it was still good, like name brand stuff. Like, so in their mindset, the food budget was more important than what you had on.
Yeah, it's one of them. I'm gonna give you what you need, not what you want, type of mentality.
Yeah, and when I had that mentality, because I already knew, and I never ever complained to my mom because she's the chef about how trash school lunch was in the inner city. Like I saw something on Instagram, like the pizza and the chocolate milk. Getting that at 11 a.m. is nasty work. Like that combination, like, and I'm talking about, the little square joint on
the pizza with chocolate milk.
Cause the reason why I didn't bring up high school, cause high school's a whole different. Like I'm thinking like high school's gourmet. So but the reason why I'm talking about New York and the mindset is my parents was made it to their ultimate dream. They actually get a crib. We never had to live in the project, but we definitely moved like a good 8-7 times. Like I always tell my sister, she been blessed.
Yeah,
she didn't have to deal with that. Like I'm 5, like 7, 8, 9, helping my dad luggage the couch. Like, what we doing here? Like, you can't get a mover. But also, he's cheap too. Like, I love him too. But I realized when I watched Cats, and I used to be mad at my parents about this, but then I watched Cats who did, like, their parents did like illegal activity, and they was fly. Got the newest car. Then I watched my dad still got the like beat up. Will always have like a 6-year-old car that be 6 years old minivan, but I see that like they got the flying Mercedes Benz. But then when I go hang out with them, y'all don't got nothing in the fridge. Like they gave a good exterior viewpoint, but it didn't articulate it to the household, which always threw me off guard. For us, cats would come over and be like, "Damn, your mom still be having the food." Even when I have my cookout, like down, and I'm having another one coming up, like they be like, "Yo, your mom be having food for days." But we never translate that like on the external too. Like I don't be having like the flyest cards and all this stuff, like clothes and all this. So it's like how you say like meat to your like means like. And I always thought about that when I got to high school. I realized that we was good off, but our Caucasian counterparts, they had a cheat code that we're now like us being adults that we don't even listen to our parents. And I tell my mom and all that, like I hear you guys now, but y'all just did paycheck to paycheck and didn't think about money wealth 40 years from now.
Yeah.
And I watch how like my counterparts, like my friends in high school who are not of color, had trust funds, had 401k in high school, investments thing. We're finally tapping in now because social media is putting that pressure on us, and we don't want to be bad because we want to live a lifestyle. And I kind of like that happens in the sense that because we're just trying to keep up the Joneses, that we don't want to let if we have kids or cousin or family behind too.
Yeah.
But I realized like me growing up, I wish like investment classes and financial 101 needs to be important like senior year of high school.
Yeah.
That should be mandatory across the country. Financial 101. My not to put no more on blast, but my dad's terrible in finance. And like I never hold that against him. I actually like really appreciate his shortcomings because it helps me be better because I have a little flaws in that too.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got to high school, just hearing somebody go, "Oh yeah, we got a shore house." I said, "Yo, Dad, okay, we get a shore house." He said, "Yo, get the belt." I said, I'm a sophomore. What you talking about? Like,
Yeah.
you don't keep doing this, like, or why you don't have like a side business? Nah, I'm gonna work this job for 40 years
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully the pension come through. And what if that don't come through? Like
Yeah.
thinking about like now, like yo, you really need 2, 3 hustle. You can't depend on like I know you got a great job,
Yeah.
like, but hopefully like this blossom into
Yeah.
something like still have that. Don't I tell people don't quit your day job, but
Yeah.
also make sure like it's your secondary or your third situation just as blossom as that and know how to just type good time management. That's
Yeah.
all that matters.
Even with, I feel like what you said about the finances and the counterparts, it's a double-edged sword. Because yeah, they have the money, yeah, they have the cheat code, but I guarantee their family dynamic is not like yours.
Oh,
So like when their parents get old, they're probably going to a adult home. You're like, nah, I'm taking care of my mom and dad to their dying last breath.
so here's the crazy part. I was jealous of that for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2017 came. And I don't mean to jump.
No, you're good. We could jump.
Yeah. But 20 and because it still ties into high school. High school reunion.
Mm.
And I'm a type of person, like, I'm just a social person. That's why y'all always see me at homecoming
Yeah.
every year. I make sure, and my colleagues at work don't understand why I take homecoming serious and all that. I come to homecoming and, like, reunions for different things. It's a little bit of pettiness, but it's also just to see if people are happy and, like, how, if we said we had a community, how can we keep this community going?
Yeah.
I don't care, like, what race you are, what background. If I bang with you in some type of way, I'm gonna make sure you're good.
Yeah.
And like that's how I always operate. I would give my last dollar and then struggle for 2 days to figure out how I can get that dollar back somewhere else.
Yeah.
But high school reunion, I got there, and a lot of people shocked to see me. Because I was the ROTC kid. I was the cat in choir. I was the cat who wanted to join the football team, but my parents were anti-sports for me. They thought because of how skinny I was, but they knew I was kind of crazy. Like I don't mind taking the hit, but my mom didn't want me to play sports because she was just scared. My dad, he just didn't care. He just wanted to know it was going to lead to money. That's how he operates, and I respect him for that.
Yeah.
But when I got to my high school reunion, I had a blast. Shout out to my class. I can't wait. I'm hoping we do our 20th. It's about to be in 2 years. That's what I said.
What year you graduate?
07.
Okay.
Yeah. Hopefully we do our 20th or we could just get up.
Yeah.
But I watched a lot of my counterparts who had those opportunities went through their money. And I'm not talking about like a trust fund like, oh, it's just like a couple of grand. Like they had like, we had some like self-millionaires, like some cats who could have been eating if they just did it right. And now I ran into 1 or 2 of them, see them at the Walter Rand.
Wow.
Like it's just sad. Like I say, yo, how do you go from like having those big mini mansion to be homeless in Walter Rand?
Yeah.
And that's what like those little factors scares me. Like, damn, am I like making the right life choices that I don't want to like end up like that? And like I wake up, pray, like I don't like I'm not the super, but I try to like just do self-reflection every time I wake up. And then keep it pushing. Like because those moments and then I feel like reunion stuff like that is a good moment for people just to get up because you never know what somebody's going through.
Yeah.
Never know what somebody's going through.
Yeah. When you talked about money and finances, I watch a lot of YouTube about finances, self-development or whatever.
Yes.
And one of the guys said, my grandfather walked. I took the bus. My son's going to have a Benz. My grandson's going to be walking again. Because if you don't have your money, treat it right, look for generations that you've been treated so well, you forgot what it's like to walk and take the bus. So that's one of the scary things where, like, yeah, they have the money now, but you see them in front of the Walter Reed Transportation Center, you're like, what happened?
Nah, facts.
So, high school, did you made it to graduation?
Yeah.
Cool. Most people after graduation, college, workforce, they join the military, or like you said, they're ending up somewhere they have no business being. What was your life decisions like?
So it's gonna be a shocker what I'm about to say. I was super anti-college. I'm gonna tell you why I was anti-college. I think it's the best decision. For my era was the era that everything's transitioning now. How people think about going to college or not going to college is not a big deal. So I was in ROTC. I took that really serious because I'm the type of person like I'm a hybrid of a leader / follower.
Okay.
And that's why I said my naive part. I like people to give me direction and I like to execute it.
Yeah.
So I knew why I wanted to play sports so bad. I never wanted to be the captain of a team, but I wanted just to be on a team that I feel like I'm contributing.
Yeah.
Okay, it makes me feel good.
You know, would you say you enjoy structure?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel I was getting that. And I knew with my pop, because he was so strict, well, a lot of people don't realize, as much as I party all that, I wasn't allowed to go nowhere. So at 227, like I had to figure a way to join a school club. Like I said, the way he the finesse, I was the finesse too. He never knows it. I only joined RTC to spend an extra hour or two to hang out with people.
Yeah.
And then they became some of my lifetime friends. As much as I don't see them at all, because a lot of them went into the military. And we're talking about like when I was in high school, 04 to 07 is in the midst of the Iraq War.
Yeah.
Like Iraq War kicked off really in 03. So cats was just going. And where I live is not too far from Fort Dix. Okay. So where all those schools around there, like us, Pemberton, Willenboro, North, NBC, Bordentown, I want to say a little bit Lenny P. All the schools have some type, like a family member or a friend who works at the base. Like we have a lot of base kids that's in all those schools. I think Pemberton and NBC get hit the most, like because they're so close, like only 5-10 minutes. Us, we're like another 20 minutes out. But I got a lot of like military culture just being at RV just because of that. And because of family members being in the other wars prior to that. Like I didn't experience that back in New York. Like that was like a weird thing for us. Like even joining law enforcement.
Yeah.
Like so that's why I never really, till I got older, talk about my dad being a cop and the NYPD, all of that. Yeah. Because that was frowned upon. Like when they did career day, and the one time I did bring him in the 5th grade, not to backtrack, oh yeah, they was calling me 5-0. I had to catch those licking all the time because I told him when we got into it, like, yo, I got into an argument with him a couple of years ago. I said, yo, you the reason why I got to have my BS. Like you don't understand. Like, and I say I'm not proud of you who you are. Like I always say he's the world's greatest father, but I said sometimes half the stuff you do is not a good thing for me. Like
we gotta say you do security or something.
Yeah. And that's sad that we have to like act like that.
Yeah.
Like that's the sad part, because you should be proud of like any job your parents doing. So now fast forward to going back into it. The reason why I bring up ROTC is that once I got hooked, it was like a cult to me. Like I was going into the military. Okay. My boy Mike Vasker, at that time they was giving out 20,000 signing bonus. I had a whole plan. Like I'm crazy. I'm about to join the Marine. About to go to Paris Island. Like I'm about to do the damn thing. We about to do the buddy system. Then I know how to bring the college thing back into the fold. I'm just gonna go to BCC, which is now Rowan College now. Okay. Yeah, and then I just do that. Like I'm good. Yeah. Like they know nothing about Greek life or all this other stuff or HBCU. I knew about like historical Black college off the strength because my brother graduated 2 years and he went to Delta State. Okay. But I didn't even care about that. I didn't care about that. And the only other reason because like The Different World was one of my favorite shows. So senior year, I'm lying to my parents all year long. Like, and I'm gonna show them the episode, so now they're gonna get the truth. Like, so, mom, dad, wake up call. So, mom, so my dad know I wanted to go into the military, but he was trying to figure out if it's gonna come with a degree. That was his finesse. He wanted to get out of it, but I was still gonna get a degree out of everything. So his thought process was, I don't care you going to the military. The money thing, I don't care about that. He was trying to finesse the whole thing that he was scared of the Iraq War. We already had like 1 or 2 people already got killed, like that already went over from our high school.
Okay.
So, and then he was just hearing about the death toll. Cause my dad is a news person. He'll be stuck on BCC and CNN all day long. So he was tapped in. So I was talking to the Marine recruiters. I'm 17, graduating high school 17.
Okay.
So
you have to get the waiver or get signed.
Exactly. So I said, as long as I can get the Marine guys to come to that house to talk to them, my dad's gonna be all aboard. Because one thing about my dad is, as long as there's another adult talking to him and not me, he's gonna sign off.
He needs a little bit of persuasion.
So my pops, like, they got their 3 of them. They talking his ear off. He's having a blast. He likes when he gets attention. He's talking his ears off, all of that good stuff. They like, nah, I'm not signing that. I'm like, wait these guys for 2 hours. I see their faces. Like, even if you do figure some way to get this signed, we ain't taking you. I was like, damn, because they were just sick.
Yeah,
they were sick. Like. He could have just been straight up.
Yeah.
Well, my dad's the type person, like, he's gonna jerk people around just to see what's the end goal. Like, sell me on something that could really make sense. Then after they left, me and him gets into it. He said, "Yo, so you apply to any schools?" Nah, just gonna go to BCC. Like, I've been telling him, I've been applying to med school. I applied, man. Yeah, because like I ain't gonna lie, any school that I want to go to, I was hoping that they had a college ROTC program.
Okay.
I was going to still go into the military that way. That was my thought process. So the Citadel didn't take me. I knew I was like, because of my grades and everything, because like how I procrastinated in high school, I always tell people I'm never dumb. I'm just lazy when it comes to getting stuff done. Because I have a short attention span, I'm all over the place.
Yeah.
As y'all can see, I've been doing it in the podcast. So, which is interesting. So I never like apply myself to get like the highest grades and stuff like that to go to like any like top schools and stuff like that. But I was blessed at like when I did apply late, I got into like Rutgers, Keene.
Okay.
And then Del State. But because I missed like
the deadlines,
they wasn't gonna take me to the spring.
Yeah.
So, which was interesting, that my dad, who he is, one thing he's good about, I always call him like the village chief, like, and he holds on to this title like unofficially in his mind, because when somebody Liberian comes to this country, he feel like he got to help with their life crisis and take care, put the whole shoulder on his back. So he did that with me with college.
Okay.
Behind my back, he got me into Del State.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I didn't even like, he just said, yo, I'm going to Del State.
Okay.
I'm like, how? I'm not playing no sport. I ain't getting recruited. But he just told me to fill out the application one day. I said, I'm just going to do it for his peace of mind. And then he was just driving to Delaware.
Oh, wow.
Every like week. That's what gave me the discipline. Like, if you want to get something done, you got to just pull up on somebody. This whole phone, texting, email, nah, you got to pull up on somebody.
Wow.
And he got me, and my brother's already getting there.
Okay.
He figured the whole, we could talk about it now because I ain't finished there, but he figured the whole in-state tuition thing.
Okay, yeah.
Man, ain't nobody would pay the out-of-state tuition.
So how many years you do at Del State?
I did 1.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then due to tuition, you came to Rowan.
That part, grade, I actually messed one grades there.
Oh, okay.
I was partying way too much. You got, like, what cats don't understand, we're talking and now are we transitioning to the college?
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
Because I've been there only one time, and it was random. Because
I think we was there. You were there.
It was me, B. Jones, Roger, and then I think it was somebody else. And they're like, "Yo, we going to Del State." And I was like, "Okay." Like, okay. Yeah. And then going back to you saying high school, it looked like Degrassi. It was another world. I was like, What kind of school is this? Because I didn't know about HBCU. You heard of HBCUs, but then you're like, okay.
But like for like I said, anybody who live in the inner city and all that, being from the inner city going to HBCU is not too much of a transition.
Oh yeah.
It's somebody who like me who indoctrinized themselves being a suburbanite,
Yeah.
and forgot about the inner city and then going to HBCU.
Mhm.
I think we get the worst because they could tell when you're not from like the major city, like Baltimore. Yo, cause like y'all was there deep.
Yeah.
Like Camden was there deep. Like shout out to y'all. Like y'all was at
At Rowan or Del State?
At Del State.
Okay.
The time I was there, it was a lot of y'all there. Yeah. Well, like South Jersey was represented well at Del State. Like I do give that. Like LT and like a couple Dub, like he had him going to Rowan. Cause he couldn't get on the football team at Del State, so I think he transferred to Rowan to play football there. So a couple of cats. My bad on that. So my thought process when I got to Del State is why I did so bad with grades is that I had a conversation with my dad one time, and the next day he like dropped me off, and then he called me. He did this thing like he does the reverse with my sister, which she hates to this day because she's grown. I said, hey, I'm checking in with you, because I always had to check in with him. No matter if I was in the crib or not, and he's at work, I had to call him to let him know I'm still in the crib. So when I got to Del State, he called me. I called him. He said, yo, why you calling me? You grown.
Wow.
So after that, I was like, oh, that's a green light. I'm outside.
Yeah.
I'm outside. You telling somebody who is not allowed to go nowhere, who been to like, besides prom and homecoming dances in the military ball, never been to no house parties like that, never been to no club parties. You telling that kid to wild out because you trust the same way I'm in high school is going to translate that into college. And I'm going to the walk of life and then I got my older brother Rich. Shout out to my other two brothers, but Rich is like my favorite. Like I try not to put that out there, but he is because we just so close to age, and we did a lot of stuff together. We went through some trenches, like and we not put that favorite, but it's favorite because of just our time spent. But like when I got to Del State, we also talking about the time, the era was, this is Lil Wayne, Carter 3 era too. Like I'm in college for that. So this is like insane, like my first homecoming event I went to the party. Being in a rec party, I know we was complaining in that era at Rome. Like, damn, it's only 300 here. I'm walking into a Del State party. Like,
that was nuts. You would get lost.
Yeah, 2,500. And like, there was a scene. I remember like when they talk about Stomp the Yard. How that one scene about they was in the club, they saw Rep Your State. It was really like that. I didn't understand with that mindset, like, oh, New York music coming out, so everybody just doing the Harlem Shake and all that. Jersey, we got the Jersey Club, we represented. Then DC go-go music, I was confused when that was going on. That made no sense to me. Then the reggae chorus, then the other music, like down south music, all of that be represented. But like, there was just parties and events happening. And then I'm used to like being in high school where there's some kind of structure. Like, yo, you don't go to class. They snitch you to your parents. So like, cats was like, oh, I'm staying in the dorm room. Like, the school's going to call my parents if I don't go to class or something. Or like, if I don't do my work. So like, I lost that structure of like discipline because I got that. I didn't get like real freedom, and my sister did a better job because she had a mindset, because my parents, to my dad to this day, is so hardcore with her, as grown as she is, like always asking what she doing, where she going, all that. She did the opposite of what I did. Is like, oh, I'm just gonna like be on business 24/7. Me, I'm like, damn, I wish somebody would just like hit me up and ask me what I'm doing. Like, yo, you gonna pull up to this or stuff like that? That make me feel appreciative. My sister's like, she like my mom. I feel like I read nobody talks to me.
I know I'm here, and I'm here for one thing, and that's to graduate.
Yeah, so I realized like the opposite of like who they raised when it came to me and my sister, because both of us were like born here, and they had to like really raise up here compared to my other three brothers that my mom got separated from them.
Gotcha. How'd you end up at Rowan?
So here, so my personal matters were my grades. Personal matters with my father, and so he caught cancer. So probably cancer. Yeah, he's cancer free.
Nice.
Yeah. So shout out to him on that. Still having little other health issues here and there, but every day is just a blessing. When you see him, you can act like it looked like nothing happened to him. So I got to that point, like I got disconnected because I said I never want to be at college in the first place.
Yeah.
So I said, let me use this excuse to go into the military, all of that. But my dad was not with it. So I said, all right, I'm just gonna go work. So I had to work at the Cherry Hill Mall.
Okay.
So by the time I came back, Tilly's just opened up. I was one of the first employees there. So I was doing Tilly's, Pakistan, H&L, 2 years. Then I said, I kind of want to go back to college because I became an interest of the frat I joined at Del State.
Okay.
Like I was gonna want to do it there. Like I was like the guys there at the chapter there was really great mentor. They was on my ass. Like when I wasn't getting that really from my dad in a sense. But I was getting in a way like we could party, but also we had to be on our books.
Yeah.
I just, like I said, I procrastinated. I was bullshitting. So I was still keeping contact with them. And then I asked one of them, yo, I'm thinking about these 3 schools. I still want to do, you know what? Like, whoop-de-whoop. He gave me his recommendation. He said, yo, between Rowan and Rutgers New Brunswick.
Okay.
He banged with both of those chapters heavy. And shout out to both of them. I do have a really good time with Cass at Rutgers New Brunswick chapter. And then, of course, you know how I feel about Data Side Rowan.
Yeah.
So lucky, I'm going to tap into my high school network. So this is when I hit up like Jerron, Kendall, Kenlai. And they making sure I'm good on care. And I said, yeah, that's why I miss being in high school. Like, I'm glad I'm home. That and Rutgers.
Yeah, it's not too far. It's not too close.
Yeah. So, and that was
like perfect.
So when I got there, I saw a lot of my old high school friends, like classmates, all that. Like, I'm way behind the curve now because I took like two and a half off.
Okay.
So that's why, like, when y'all met me, I was older.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all loved it too because I was the person to go get the liquor for y'all.
Allegedly.
Yes. It's just like
One thing I was cool about seeing you on campus is like you said your vibe and the way you always had the good outlook on life. I ain't never see you with your head down.
Oh,
or
nah.
Never sad. Nah. Or even if you did have a problem, no one knew about it. Cause you be like, yo, you like 2 miles away. Yo, you good? You're like, where's Boy at? Like I hear his voice, but where's he at? So it was cool having you around and those people on campus that just checked in that little one dap that made you feel good. You're like, oh, I'm having a bad day, but no, I can't have a bad day.
And the great part about like now we like going to Rowan, which is like it's home. Like I always tell people, it's like when they ask me about like what school to go to, I say you coming to Rowan, you coming to a family. Like you coming to a good situation.
And now it's getting big fast.
What? I'm so jealous now.
Shout out to Ali Hushman doing his thing.
Big Ali. Big Ali. Yes.
He's doing his thing at Rowan University.
Doing his thing. Like, because like when I got there, I am a like secret, like, no, let me take it back. A silent assassin. How I approach a lot of things. I learned that maturity from Del State. How I watched, because I had this argument with somebody about going to HBCU or going to a PWI. And I feel like both options are great. I think it's how you approach it and what you're trying to get out of it is important.
Yeah.
I think it from a culture point of view, legacy and all of that, go to HBCU. That's why when I gave in and said, yeah, I'm going to Del State, I wasn't mad. I said, yo, it's a HBCU. the
What
black.
for the guests that don't know what a HBCU?
Oh, so HBCU, the historical black college or university. Um, I think in this region, because we're in the South Jersey region, there's three close to us. So that's Delaware State and Delaware, Dover, Delaware. You have Lincoln University and Cheney. Whoever camp you talk to, one of them gonna say they was the first HBCU ever.
Okay.
So yeah, that was just all on that. But back to what we were saying about yeah, just like being at Rowan, like I always pride myself, and I think it's just because of maybe everybody gonna say their era was like the ish. Like, but one thing about us, like, we was really like one family.
Yeah.
Cats didn't know each other from a can of paint, and like when was something to get, like an event or support, like. One thing I'll shout out to the Alpha Brandon Thomas. I remember when we had a conversation. He was pushing this hashtag. Him in the middle was pushing this hashtag. Rowan support Rowan. So like anytime like we would do an event, like when I was president of BCL, the Sigmas, Kappas, ULA, ASA, anybody, it was like that hashtag, and cats would just show off the strength. Like so now, like me, like being in a semi advisory role for Theta Psi in a sense, like it's just good when I go back and check on the cats on the yard and see like yo they popping on like that tradition is still happening.
Yeah.
And I know it happened before, but like I knew like when I got to Rowan, we was going into the social media era heavy.
Yeah.
Because when I got to Del State, it was only Facebook really popped off.
Yeah.
MySpace just dying out. But when I got to Rowan, it was like IG took over.
Yeah.
So it was like you had to get with it or you're gonna be like your parents and you're old fashioned.
Yeah.
So it was very interesting. And then the whole like everything was going on, like I'm coming from a mindset of an HBCU that the party scene is crazy. And not saying that we didn't party.
Yeah.
We definitely partied. But I had to come to another like mindset, like I kind of like how we move in a sense. 'Cause it felt more community and
Yeah.
home. You could get lost at big name school. That's why I say no shade to like a Rutgers or a Penn State or a University of Delaware Temple. But you just I'd rather be a name than a number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rowan was cool because you could do your work, party a little bit, but you went to them other schools to really party.
Exactly.
Like I can't imagine going to a party school and still have to go to your 8 a.m. doing homework. Like my little brother's at West Virginia right now, and his experience of college is 10x.
It's probably
10x. That he said the football games is crazy. So he graduates this year. So it's like I clap it up because it took me 6 years to get a 4-year degree at a small school. So clap it up for him getting
and like
4 years and 4 years.
I think that's the beauty about Rowan. When people like complain like, "Oh, Rowan is whack," Rowan is what you make of it.
Yeah.
Your college experience is what you make of it. Which I liked about Rowan versus Del State, and I'm gonna say this positive about that. And I'm not because the academics at both schools is top notch.
Yeah.
I'm just sad that I did it right the first time, and I had to like have a redo, which is okay.
Yeah.
But I would say like how you say your young brother at West Virginia, he's stuck in one mode. Like the school provides too much opportunity that there need to be like some type of struggle to give you like a real world. So for us that we had to travel or go check on our friends here and there at other school, I think that was amazing.
Yeah.
Or just us being isolated in the sense that if somebody's coming to Rowan, when the time we was going there,
you're gonna make a trip, hour and a half.
You stuck with us. Yeah. You there with us for the weekend.
There's
like,
nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go and then we gave hospitality. Like
that unlimited real meal plan was the
real
unlimited meal plan was crazy.
But we ain't gonna talk about that because I want to know.
I think we stopped that middle.
It was me. It was because of me. It was because of me. I can't get into it, but it's because of me. I'll tell you offline. Okay. When I tell you about it, you're gonna be like, yo, that's crazy. But I would say like I watched like people who didn't understand hospitality gave hospitality.
Yeah.
and we didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
So when I see them now and I see them at homecoming, I like going and check like seeing you and your frat bro. Like I go to your tent, like your younger member, like, yo, who's this cat?
Yeah.
Why he's getting love before me and I'm in the
Yeah.
fraternity? It's the same way too. Like, well, any of my young boys, like, or the neos, like, if I see you pop up, I say, yo, you want some fish? Like, I got you. Like,
Yeah.
it's like that because it's not like, yo, you pay your due, you earn your right here. Is that we all we got.
Yeah.
We all we got. Like, and we can have respect and treat our whole white Ken folks on the highest pedestal. Why would you? How can you trust a stranger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. So, what'd you get your degree in?
Oh, law and justice. I didn't use that at all. Um, my dream was to go to law school and become an immigration lawyer.
Okay.
Just because of all the hardship that my folks went through trying to get my three brothers here. So that was the dream job. I'm just straight up like not a bookworm and all of that, but I was the type of person like if I didn't go into law, I was gonna go into be a cop like my dad. And I
Okay.
was like, because I don't drive,
Yeah.
you need that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. You
so
definitely need a license.
so it's trash. So I was screwed on that end. Um, so I went to the bank. I went into the bank, Wells Fargo. Love it. Wasn't really like good at being teller. Not that I couldn't count on nothing. It's just like couldn't keep up with the pace and all that.
Yeah.
So they had to give me the boot. Just go back to like knowing your village, knowing your network. Shout out to one of my favorite frat bro. He gonna say that I'm not one of his favorite too. But shout out to Ree.
Okay.
um he was working for a company that I'm still with. Shout out to them. I work for a company called Field Strategies. Great organization.
Where they based out of?
I'm DC.
Okay.
We they do a lot of field consulting work. And throughout all the country. He'd been working with them for a couple of years. And then I told him like, yo, I'm down on my luck. I got fired. I'm going to BRT for 3 days, but when I come back, I need to get a gig, or my people gonna look at me crazy. Like, and he said, yo, come canvas, come knock on some doors. We've been doing it, you know, the little hustle, like every time election year,
Yeah.
come get $100. Like, it was crazy because the same people that would come around to Rowan was that same.
Oh wow.
Or affiliated, or they knew somebody that knew somebody. Had some hand in. So when I got there, I said, "Oh yeah, I know this," and it was paying more than me being a teller. Like I was making only $12 a teller, and they was paying like $15-$16 an hour. So I said, "Oh yeah, but less work.
Sense.
Don't have to deal about people not worried about getting their deposit in their account, fraud, and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Got to upsell a credit card, all that. And all I gotta do is knock on the door in the hood. Yeah." I'm cool. Yeah, I was like, and it was like the first campaign I started on was a good campaign. Like it was, I was working for SEIU. If y'all don't know what SEIU is, they the service union. Like basically, they represent nurses, the everyday folks. One of the biggest unions in the country. I always tell people, you have a job, please join a union. As you can see, what happened in Philly. Yeah. They finally got to agreement, but I was laughing, not at the heartache of Philly resident, but I was laughing like a lot of people would discredit a trash man and say, yo, I would never be a trash man. And now I'm looking at people on Hammer like, man, I'll go do that job like yesterday now.
Yeah.
Because like they would just the way like realize like that service is important, and like when you play somebody who have a job like that, realize how important that service is. Yeah.
So what do you do with the company now?
Oh, so I'm a regional and a lead organizer. So I could be in a scenario that I could run one office or I could run multiple offices,
Okay.
depending on how big the contract is.
Yeah.
So if it's a presidential year, I could go. If they trust me, it depends. Like we always gonna make sure we put our 18 first. I could run the state.
Okay.
So last year I had an opportunity um to work in North Carolina, Arizona.
Nice.
Lost both because I was helping out with DMC.
Mm-hmm.
So that was devastating. Lost to Trump, but it is what it is. Or I could work as small as just one office on a county-wide race.
Okay.
Yeah, I love my job. It takes a lot of my time. I travel a lot, but since I've been doing this since 2017, I have been to like probably 18 states, 46 cities. There's some place I would never go back to. Milwaukee, just too damn cold. It's nothing bad about Milwaukee. It's just too damn cold. And somebody who likes the cold, I like that New York, but that Milwaukee cold is different. That Chicago cold different. So I don't know why crimes is that high. Well, us up there, cause like it's too cold. There's some place I would run it back. Like I was just in Miami last year for a couple of months. Like for work, but shit, after hours, I was outside. Like Atlanta, of course, I run it back. I went to San Fran for the first time a couple of years ago.
Wow.
I can never live there, but I see like some of the bad joints that I be seeing on IG. Like, y'all be faking it. Like, y'all be like, y'all that good, but it'd be 60 y'all in one crib paying $7,000 rent for a 2-bedroom. San Francisco is higher weight robbery. Like it's insane out there.
Wow.
Like and the homeless rate is disgusting. Like that's why I say once again we take a lot of stuff for granted. So when I watch people from our region, when I'm saying like the tri-state region, just up and say, yo, I'm moving to Charlotte without no plan. And the ones who make it out, like shout out to Monet, doing her thing out there in Atlanta. Like I watch a lot of people that do move and then they're back in 2 years. I said, and they look at us like, damn, I never want to move out of that area. I'd be like, I'm good.
I'm comfortable.
I'll
party anywhere, but I'm coming back to Jersey. How does someone get a job with that company?
Oh, so it's hard. I'm gonna tell you, it's hard with all those type of firms, and it's timing. Like it's like right now it's governor race in Jersey right now. It's not something that's like outsourced. You got to know somebody that knows somebody.
Gotcha.
And most times, the cheapest way to like hire organizers is volunteer, like or intern.
Gotcha.
Because in our lifespan, I've been doing it for 8-9 years. You're not supposed to be doing it that long. I just got hooked to it. Cause one thing like I told you, once you with a good team, you just start doing it. It's like this job is one of those things. Like it's a stepping stone. It pays really good, but it's a stepping stone because you want that long term in politics. Like if you're somebody like me who got that characteristic stuff like that, you should at least try to attempt to run for office.
Cool.
I got a lot of stuff that I want to do. Like if I ever run, that I want to make sure all my other stuff is like code stuff, like foundation of house, family, kid, the main job. Because a lot of people think when they run for office, like that politician paycheck is gonna pay for everything.
Yeah.
Nah, you don't. That's a public service. You don't make nothing. Like, and that's what a lot of people forget. It's like, man, they only making that much, and they're often they gotta go to all these events. No, there's probably like budgets that take care of that. Nah, but a lot of them got like a secondary job.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
And while we wrap this up, I know you like to give back to the community.
Yes.
What are you? Well, like, I know you do two big events. You want to tell them about what you do?
Oh yeah. So with the friends, I do this thing. We started it. So I was part of this organization called Suits, which they knew I always threw cookouts. That was just something I did like young, because that's just a trait from being the culture, being African. We have family gatherings. Everybody's welcome. You don't even gotta be African. Just pull up. So, it was crazy, right? The year before I started it because, Mont, his birthday is always around that time.
Okay.
So me and him had this mindset like, yo, we're gonna always have gatherings. and I got a big yard. Like, why not have it here? It could hold like close to 300 people. So why not have it there? And then I said, well, why we doing that? Let's get people get school supply. That's
Mm.
their entries to get in. We not like my family not into that whole charging thing.
Mm-hmm.
People be saying we stupid, like we should be charging the amount of people that show up. And my mom likes to challenge. As much as she secretly does it, she loves to challenge that she could feed that many people all the
Mm-hmm.
time. Um, so it just got bigger and bigger and got crazier and crazier that I know at this point, like that I probably had gave out for the 10 years we've been doing it, may over like 3,000 book bags,
Wow, that's awesome.
like additional maybe 200 book bag worth of school supply. And it's not about the credit or fanfare. It's just that like the trait I always get from my dad about the finesse is that as much as I try to do a good deed, but also try to finesse to get people that would never like be around each other that are friends still friends.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to like if I'm the excuse for us to all get together, then fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with that. I'm with that. So that is my excuse. Like if I gotta lie to you guys that we about to turn up just for us to all be around, because as we get to this place as we adults and adults, people have a hard time just to reach out unless they're not in their immediate circle.
Yeah.
And like how you said, like how I was on campus, like you don't have to be a close friend. If I just know, like if I know you, I was just gonna say what's up to you.
Yeah.
Like that's just
Off the Edgewood balcony. You need a cup.
you need a cup, like just off of GP. Like that was just a thought process because you never know what that person's going through.
Yeah.
Like I had a limited plan that year, so I knew many times like cats just didn't have a meal plan. Like yo, take my ID. I didn't see my ID for a good week. And I wasn't the type of person going to the rec center, like going to play at the ball, so I don't need my ID for anything else.
Yeah.
So I had to go hunt down people for my ID. So that my thought process. And then the other thing was, the other um, what the grad chapter I'm in now, rolled out to Sigma, the Gloucester County chapter that oversees data side. Um, we do a luncheon.
Mm-hmm.
So we get back. We good thing about us, each recipient put up the money.
Mm-hmm.
We don't like raise the money.
Okay.
So each of us, each of us put up 1,500, and we give it to a high school
Nice.
schooler. Cause I know how it was like my first year at Del State, still
Mm-hmm.
going to like get into tuition. It was still hard struggle for me to get book money.
Yeah.
So it's just something I've been doing for the last 2 years with them. They've been doing it for 3 years, but I did the last two. Like I said, yo, I could pay for a section. You think I can't give 1,500 to a kid?
Yeah.
So like, and both of my recipients are doing really well. The one who just got it recently, he's about to go to Montclair, which he could have came to Rowan.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing it for even reasons, but
Yeah.
whatever. But nah, but I know he's gonna do good things for Montclair. The one who's going to Rowan, he's on the football team. He's minding his business.
Nice.
No pressure at the frat. So, not really no pressure. Him trying to join the frat. I told him to go there for school, man. Enjoy life, man. It's a different Rowan now. Like I'm so glad that I'm not at that Rowan. I would have been a terrorist.
Did you see the news? What the last event they have
Which one?
during the summertime? But let's just say it was a lot of police in Rome Boulevard.
Oh yeah, I've been hearing about
Yeah,
that.
that's I don't think we ever had that. There was only
Oh.
one rec party where they had to bring the cops with dogs. But
See, that was I came the semester after that. That's why I said everything
that
changed.
one was nuts.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you coming out.
Mhm.
I got two questions, but how if they want to reach out to you, the audience listening or watching,
Oh,
how could they reach out to you?
definitely on IG. That's like I treat that as my third phone. My third phone. I always tell people like hit me in the DMs if you ever need to reach out to me or something. But it's YOFAMMOYAH YoFam Moyah. That's the best way to reach out to me. I'm Black Sedati on Facebook. It's hard to get, and I'm not a real Twitter head.
Okay. First question: are there any political figures, past or present, that inspire your work?
Yes. I am a big fanatic of John Lewis. Reverend Al Sharpton. Obviously, it's cliche. Martin Luther King, and then behind the scenes, current leaders now. Um, actually, he's one of my favorite. I'm a big fan of Troy Singleton. He's a state senator in New Jersey. Um, Westmore, governor of Maryland, and yeah, that's really about it. Shout out to them. I I'm a people's person. Like if your mission as being in office is not about for the community and advance the community of real growth and change, you should not be in office. I'm not mad at you like your political ambition, like trying to just using these as stepping stone.
Mm-hmm.
But why are you doing these as stepping stone? Make sure there's a track record of like actual growth after you leave. Cause the whole point of being in office, like when you write bills, you leaving your legacy behind.
Mm.
So make sure your legacy is positive. Look at what Trump is doing with that bill he just passed. In his mind, he think that that's gonna be a positive legacy, and only time will tell.
Yeah.
Do I agree with that bill? No, but in his mind, and
Yeah.
that's why they passed stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I always tell us that we need to be like more tap in, like what's going on. Like Philadelphia should be a wake up call. Um, it should never got to that state.
Yeah.
She's getting a lot of flack, and she just got into office because of a promise that she couldn't get to the promise. But that didn't start with her.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that could hurt her winning her reelection or not. But that problem, them not making that money or being appreciated as workers, was before her. She just became the mayor in 2023.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, like, and that's what we do. And that's why I say the naive part. And that's why I'm glad I'm in politics. It's like a lot of us wait till the problem happen and we just see stuff in face value.
Mm-hmm.
And don't understand why did we get to that place.
Yeah.
Like, why, if we're all mad about everything that Trump is doing, what did it take for us to allow Trump to even win that election? What did it take for all the policies before that to get to that point?
Yeah.
That is important too. Like as a person who works in the political field, you don't got to be in a suit and tie to be tap in. You could be a community activate.
Cool.
Like,
and then lastly, I like the theme of the podcast, which you kept saying don't procrastinate, and you're still working on procrastination.
Yeah.
For that person watching or listening, what are some tips or trades where they can, I guess, acknowledge to not be a procrastinator?
So the stuff that you like to do, I realize that most people do procrastinate. Don't procrastinate the stuff that they like to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, could we take those stuff serious?
Yeah.
So, always write down what I do all the time is like I write down like my life choices that I need to advance myself.
Mm-hmm.
If any of those stuff are like stuff that I hate doing, find a good way how to time manage that out.
Mm-hmm.
That even you're about to so procrastinated, you set the term. Don't let the procrastination set the term for you. So, and put it in a nice window. Like, so I'm the type of person, like, anytime I got work and stuff like I have to do that day,
Yeah.
I do it around time, like, I listen to a lot of music.
Okay.
So I blast music and just knock it out that way.
Mm.
I don't do the whole study group. That's when Catherine was on campus, like, oh, let's get a study group. Nah, because I'm a type of person, like, now, if, like, us two was in a study group.
Yeah.
Us two was in a study group. I'll just talk to you the whole time and
Yeah.
get no work done. Yeah. So I gotta like just blast music or
Gotcha.
be eating. I smoke hookah.
Okay.
I'm getting a hookah lit.
Yeah.
And I'm typing out a whole report. Why doing that? It's like, ain't no shade. That's why I understood. It's so funny now. I understand why people smoke, why they doing work.
Mm-hmm.
Like, our fellow we had counterparts, so like I get it now. So cause like back then, because I said I can't be drunk doing work. Like, but I get why they say I gotta be high to get it. I said, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Cool. Well, again, I appreciate you for coming out, taking the time out of your busy day. See you on the next one.
Appreciate it.